Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Your host, Golden Zulu. So today we have one interesting example under statistics, but specifically we are going to look at mean, median, and mode calculation. So the question that we have reads to say, find the mean, median, and the mode of the following. So for us to continue, we need to fill up the blank spaces so that we are able to find the information that we need for us to calculate the values of mean, median, and mode. So for this column, we refer to it as the midpoint of x. So for you to get the values in here, you need to add these. So 5 plus 9 is equal to 14 divided by 2. You will get your answer to be 7. 10 divided by 14, that is 24. Then 24 divided by 2, you get your answer to be 12. 15 plus 19, you get your answer to be 34 divided by 2, you get your answer to be 17. If you check, there is a common difference amongst these, and that common difference is equal to 5. Then you start adding 5 plus 17, you get your answer to be 22. 22 plus 5, you get your answer to be 27. And 27 plus 5, you get your answer to be 32. Lastly, 32 plus 5, you get your answer to be 37. So, having filled up the box, remember for us to calculate the mean value, remember this kind of data is what is referred to as the grouped data. So the mean value is given by the summation of frequency times the value of x divided by the summation of the frequency, where the summation simply means you sum up what you basically have been given in terms of what the frequency. So for you to be able to get the frequency times the x, you will multiply frequency times x. So 7 times 1 is 7. 12 times 7, that is 84. 17 times 11, that is 187. 22 times 10, that is 220. 27 times 7, that is 189. 32 times 2, that is 64. Lastly, we have 37 times 2, that is equal to 74. So having summed up this information, let us now calculate the value for the mean. So we'll sum up 1 plus that is 8, plus 11, 19, plus 10, 29, plus 7, that is 36, plus 2, 38, plus 2, that is 40. So the summation of the frequency is equal to 40. So that's the value that we have. Then for you now to get the value of the frequency of f of x, you also add the summation of f of x. You add everything that is contained in the column. So let us add together. We have 7 plus 84 plus 187 plus 220 plus 189 plus 64 plus 74. And we get our value to be 825. Then we are told to say that we should find the mean value. So when we are told to find the mean value, you know to say the summation of f of x is equal to 825, and the summation of f is equal to 40. Then from here now, you will basically divide 825 divided by 40. You get your answer to be 20.625. Then we'll just round off to the nearest whole number, and we'll get the value of the mean to be 21. Then now that we divided and got the value for the mean to be 21, so this is how we calculate the mean value under grouped data. Then we have another one which is referred to as the mode. Remember the mode, with its definition, you always refer to a number that has appeared several times, the number having the highest number of frequencies. So when you are to check, the one which is having the highest number of frequencies in this case is this one, which is 15 to 19. Why? Because the number of frequency is big compared to these other ones. So you know to say already the number of frequencies is 11, which we have just written here, and Now that we have written the number of frequencies, we need to understand one thing. The number of frequencies will help you to know which class has the highest number. So the one which is having the highest number in this case is 15 to 19. So the mod is between 15 to 19. Then we now need to know which exact value was appearing mostly. Which exact value was appearing mostly. So the exact value that was appearing mostly is what we are looking for. That is between 15 to what? 19. So for us to calculate the mod now, we'll use the formula as the lower boundary plus open bracket the difference in 1 plus the difference in D1 and D2 multiplied by the width of the class. So for us now to calculate the lower boundary, so the lower boundary itself is always the lower limit of the mod class. So which lower limit are we talking about? So what I'm trying to say here is this. Under the mod, remember you have 15 and 19. So 15 is the lower boundary of the class, while 19 is the upper boundary of the class. Remember, this L is the lower boundary, but this lower boundary does not mean simply that we're looking at this 15 directly. No. So we need to find the average lower boundary of the mod class. So what we basically do here is this. This number that we have as our lower boundary, we'll add it to the number that we have there. Remember, here you have 15, and you will add it to the upper boundary of the previous class before the mod class. Remember, the mod class is 15 to 19. So the one that is before it in this case is 10 to 14. So we'll add 14 plus 15 for us to get the lower boundary class. So we will say 14 plus 15, you get your answer to be 29. Then you get the median. So you will divide this by 2 and you will get your answer to be, so 29 divided by 2, you get your answer to be 14.5. So 14.5 is the lower boundary of the class. Remember, what we did was to identify which one is our mod class. That was the first thing of which we identified to say the mod class was between 15 to 19. Having identified the mod class, you will now need to find the lower boundary, of which for you to find the lower boundary, you will use the class, the lower boundary class plus the upper boundary of the previous class before the mod class. So this is how we find the lower boundary in this case, which is L. Then for you now to find D1. So D1, basically what it is remember the mod class, we got it to be 15 to 19. So D1 is simply the difference between the mod frequency class with the previous frequency mod class. So in this case, the mod frequency class was what? Was 11. The 11 was the mod frequency class which we had. Then now that we have our D1 to be 11, which is the mod frequency class, remember D1 is the difference between the mod frequency class with the previous mod frequency class, of which the previous frequency class was what? Was 7. So you will subtract 11 minus 7, you get your answer to be 5. Then for you now to get D2. So D2 now is the difference between the mod class itself with the next mod frequency class. So what we have now here is for you to get the difference for D2, which is the mod difference class that we need to have. So we will subtract the mod frequency class with the next mod different class, of which the next mod difference class is what? 10. So you will now subtract 11 minus 10, you get your answer to be 1. remember what we did was, for us to get the difference class of D2, it is to subtract the original mode frequency class, which is 11, with the next mode frequency class, which is what? 10. But if we were to get a negative as our answer here, you will introduce modulus brackets where the value will change from a negative to a positive value. So having now done our mathematics, we now need to find the width of the class. So the width of the class, the way we find it is something that is very simple. So the way you found the lower boundary of the class, remember you used 15. You used 15 of the mod class. So for you now to be able to find the width, you will use the upper value or the upper limit of the mod class, of which the upper limit in this case is 19. So the upper limit in this case is 19. So having gotten 19 to be the upper limit, you will now add it to the one which is next to the upper limit, but the next one in this case from 19 is to 20. So you add 20 plus 19 and you get your answer to be 39. Then you will divide this value by 2. So of which, when we divide the value by 2, we get our answer to be 19.5. So 19.5 is the value that we get when we are to subtract, when we are to divide 19 plus 20 divided by 2. Then from here you subtract with the lower boundary so that you get the width of the class, of which that the lower boundary was 14.5. So we have 19.5 minus 14.5. So 19.5 minus 14.5, you get your answer to be 5. So 5 is the width of the class. Then, now that we have this particular information, we now need to substitute in the information that we have been given in this particular question. So, the lower boundary, you have it to be 14.5 plus the difference, which is D1, is 5 divided by 5 plus 1 multiplied by 5. So if you were to divide, you know for sure that 5 plus 1 is equal to 6. So we divide 5 divided by 6 and you get your value to be 0.833, like that. Then we multiply this by 5 and you get your answer to be 4.1. Let us just check again. 5 divided by 6, we get our answer to be, sorry, we made a mistake here. We made a mistake. 11 minus 7, that is 4. We made a mistake, sorry. So we have a 4 here. So we divide again. 4 divided by 6, we get our answer to be that, multiplied by 5, you get your answer to be that. So 4 divided by 6, we get our answer to be this, multiplied by 5, we get our answer to be 3.33, which we can say it is 4. We always round up, so we just add plus 3.33, of which when we add 14.5 plus 3.33, you get your answer to be 17.8. So 17.8 is the answer that we have been given. Sorry, this has also affected here, we did not change. So we have 4 divided by 5 times 5, getting your answer to be 4. So we have 14.5 plus 4, we're getting our answer to be 18.5. Sorry, remember the only mistake we made was here, 11 minus 7, that is equivalent to 4. Then we had just to put a little bit of changes there. Thank you for following so far. Remember to like, subscribe, and share this content so that your friends as well can benefit. Then, now that we have calculated the mode, let us now end our discussion by calculating the value of the median. So for us to calculate the median class is given by the lower boundary plus, open bracket, the summation of the frequency class divided by 2 minus the cumulative frequency divided by the frequency of the median class multiplied by the width of the class. So you don't need to stress because the lower boundary you already have it to be 14.5. Sorry, the lower boundary will now change. Let's see how it will change. Then the width is always the same. Under construction of the frequency distribution table, we saw that the width is always the same, is constant throughout. Then, so now how do you find the median class? So this is how you find the median class. So let us find the median class together. So what you will do is you will basically add the frequencies that you have, and we got the number of frequencies to be what? 40. And you will divide this 40 by 2. So the frequency, the median class is in 20. So the median class this time is 20. So what we do here is this. So let us add another column, which is the cumulative frequency. So the cumulative frequency here will maintain to be 1. 1 plus 7, that is 8. 8 plus 11, that is 19. 19 plus 10, that is 29. 29 plus 7, that is equivalent to 36. 36 plus 2, that is equivalent to 38. 38 plus 2 is equal to 40. Now that we have that information, so what we basically do now is this. Remember, we added the frequency class and we got the frequency to be 40. So we divide the 40 by 2 and you get your answer to be 20. Now that you have your answer to be 20, what you basically do is this. You will add again, but where it will reach 20, that's where your your median class is. So let us add together. 1 plus 7 is 8. 8 plus 11, that is 19. 19 plus 1 from here it will be 20. But we not say 19 plus 10 is what? 29. So which means that the median class is between 20 to 24. So the median class is between 20 to 24. Now that you have the median class to be 20 to 24, what we do is this. Let us calculate the lower boundary. So the same explanation that was attached to us calculating the lower boundary of the mod class is the same explanation that we will attach in calculating the lower boundary of the median class. So we basically use the 20 as our lower interval in the median class and add it to the upper interval of the before median class. So if you are to check nicely here, remember we are from saying that the median class is between 20 to 24. So the upper region of the boundary is what? 19, which the one which is before it is 19. So we will add 19 plus 20, you get your answer to be 39, divided by 2, you get your answer to be 19.5. So the same explanation that was attached in calculating the lower boundary of the mod class is the same explanation that we will attach in calculating the lower boundary of the median class. So for you to get the summation of the frequency divided by 2, you know to say the summation of frequency is 40 divided by 2, you get your answer to be 20. Then this is simply the cumulative frequency of the class before the median class. So let us calculate the cumulative frequency before the median class. Remember that the median class was here. So here is the median class. So the cumulative frequency before the median class was what? Was 19. So we have the cumulative frequency before the median class to being what? 19. Then we have FM, where this is the frequency of the median class, where the frequency of the median class here we get the actual value of the of the median class. So the actual value of the frequency of the median class is what? Is 10. Why? Because the median class is 20 to 24 and the value of the median class, which is the frequency in this case, is the 10. So this is how we get our FM. Then having done what we have done, we now replace with the information that we have. So you're having the lower boundary in this case to be 19.5 plus this, we already have it to be what here? To be 20. And we have the cumulative frequency before the median class to be 19, so minus 19 divided by FM, which is the frequency of the median class. In this case it is 10. Then we close the bracket, where remember we said from drawing the frequency distribution table we learned to say that the width is always constant. So the width in this case is basically 5. So you will subtract with me 20 minus 19, you get your answer to be 1, divided by 10, you get your answer to be 0.1, multiplied by 5, you get your answer to be 0.5. So 19.5 plus 0.5. Then now you will add the 0.5 plus 19.5 and you get your answer to be 20. So 20 basically is the actual median class. Your host, Golden Zulu.